Tondwa and Olwetu and Phumzile. Hi, guys. Hi, Andisa. Hello, Phumzile. Hi, guys. So, remember in Monday's episode, in Monday's lesson, I did ask you guys to please go measure your height for me. So if you haven't, this would be the right time for you guys to rush quickly and go measure yourselves before we get started. But if you have, if you can just pop your height for me in centimeters in the chat, that would be great. So I'll give you an example. My height is 1.72 meters. So that means I'm 172 meters tall. So if you guys can just do that for me. Hello, Yandisa. I see your hand up. How can I help? Hello, Theo.
No, ma'am. At the head, I'm just preparing when ma'am you're asking for the answers.
Oh. Oh, but I haven't asked anything yet. Okay.
I beg your pardon, ma'am.
I haven't actually asked anything yet. So you're just gonna put your hand
No,
up
ma'am.
there.
Like I think, ma'am, you can see the XM side tele frequency. See, ma'am, this frequency is empty. When you ask for the answer for the frequency, my hand is ready.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's good forward thinking on your part. Awesome. Okay, but I still need your height, Yandisa. Guys, don't forget, if you've got your height, please just pop it into the chat for me. It's really going to help in next week's lesson, because I don't think we're going to have time to get to a couple of things today. There's something really, really big that we need to talk about today. Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to get started in the next minute or so. Thank you so much for you guys who've put your heights in the chat. If you come in, if you don't quite know it yet, you've still got until the end of the lesson to get it to me. But I think I can ask for it on Monday's lesson as well if you don't know it, but that's great.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, the height that I just popped in the chat, ma'am, I'm not sure about it. So, ma'am, can I please give it to you on Monday?
That's fine. That's fine. I will remind you guys again at the end of the lesson.
Yes, ma'am.
To put that in. Okay, awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Yandisa.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, I think we're going to get started. It's already 6 minutes past. Oh, that is very, very specific, Pumuzile. Thank you. That's a very, very specific height. Thank you very much for that. Okay, I'm actually interested to see who's the shortest and who's the tallest in the class, but we'll get to that. Okay, guys. Hello to everyone. I don't think there's anyone here who doesn't know who I am. I think all of you have been with us before. My name is Coco. I'm one of the teachers here at Watobe. And we're going to be, this is actually lesson 2 for those of you who who went with us here on Monday. We're going to be looking at how to represent data. Now, I already know Yandisa's hand is up, so I am going to need some people to help me with this tally or this frequency column, because we're going to be using all of this information to do some of the ways to represent data that we're going to be going through. So without further ado, Yandisa, can you give me the frequency of the first one of Facebook?
Ma'am, the frequency is 3.
3, awesome. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, 3, here we go. Okay, I agree with you there. Who else can give me the second one? Let me see, okay. Theo, can you give me the second one? How many people like Instagram on Monday?
5.
5 people, awesome. And Salamina, how many people use YouTube the most?
Ma'am, 5.
5, okay, that is an ugly 5. I'm gonna rewrite that one. 5, and then there's another 5. And that one's just as ugly. Ugh. Okay. And Trevor, can you tell me how many people like Snapchat?
1.
Just one person. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
1. Okay, awesome. And Mutondwa, what about TikTok?
4.
4 people. Awesome. Okay. All right. Now, this one is easy because I know that you guys can already do tallies. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on these because they might take up too much of our time, and we don't want that. We want to focus on the meat, not so much the bones of the story here. Okay, so on the right-hand side, I've written there that today you're going to need your measured height, and you're going to need a calculator and a protractor. I should have actually added here that you're going to need a compass. A compass, because we're going to have to draw a very perfect circle at a point when we talk about pie charts. So if you do have a compass, you know, if you've bought a mathematics set, you should have a compass and a protractor inside that mathematics set. We're going to be using those today, but we're going to get to that in just a bit. Okay, so when we're representing data, remember I keep saying last week. It's not last week, it's Monday. It was just the other day. On Monday, we were talking about the kind of questions we would ask to get the type of information we want, right? And last time we asked everyone, what social media site do they like using? And you guys gave me these numbers. And this is what I put into this tally table or frequency table, if we can call it that. Okay, so now if I had to give this information to someone as it looks, it does kind of give us what we want, but it doesn't give us a direct comparison, and it doesn't quite represent everything in a way that's easier to read. So what we're going to do is look at how we can possibly represent this information. Okay, but now we have 2 different types of information. Okay, we've got, let me call it data rather, and not information. It is information, but normally we call it data or data, whichever way you guys call it. Now, data comes in 2 different forms. Okay, we have discrete data and we have continuous data. Now, our discrete data is data that can only be a fixed value or a specific value. Like, let's say, for instance, if I asked you, how many Instagram followers does Selena Gomez have, right? Now, Selena Gomez is one of the most famous people on Instagram, and she has, I think, about 13 million followers on Instagram. But I can't then say Selena Gomez has 13 million, 35, because there's no such thing as a 35 person, okay? People are always whole numbers. So when we're talking about discrete data, it will always be things that can be written like almost as whole numbers, okay? So I cannot have 7,5 people because there's no such thing as a 7,5 person or a 5 of a person. There's not half a person. There's always just a person. So if I ever do anything with numbers or your shoe size, I can't get 6,2 as a shoe size. We don't get 6,2 shoe size. So discrete data is always data that can be written as a full number, even if it's not quite a full number, but it's a set number. Like shoe sizes, you can get the size 8,5 for a shoe size, but you're not going to get 8,6 and 8,7 and 8,9. You're only going to get 8,5. And when we count people, we always count them as whole numbers or natural numbers. So it'll be 1 person, 2 people, 3 people. It will never be 3,5 people. There's no such thing. Okay. But now continuous data is any value. It can take on any value. And it's a little bit more weird. Let me not say difficult, weird, when we have to express it, because we need to be very careful with how we express it and what we do with the data. So now all the heights that you guys have given me so far, they are continuous data, because just like what Pumuzile did, she told me that her height is 153,2, okay, which is possible because you can be 153,2 centimeters tall, and somebody else can be 161,4 centimeters tall. It is possible for you to be comma something, and it does make it a little bit difficult when we are going to be doing the data. So we're going to have to group it, but I'm going to show you guys how we do that in Monday's lesson, not in today's lesson. Okay, so are we going to be able to remember the difference between discrete data and continuous data? Thumbs up, thumbs down, emojis. Let me know if you guys are confused, if you guys understand. Okay. Carmen says to me that she's 1.6 centimeters tall. I assume she meant 1.6 meters, because 1.6 centimeters is very, very short. So I'm going to write here 160 rather than 1.6, because 1.6 is like, yay, tiny. Okay, but thank you, Carmen. Okay. All right, I'm getting thumbs up all across the board, which is awesome. That means that we all understand how this particular 2 sets of data work. And I need you guys to remember this, because at the end, I'm going to be asking you guys about this. Okay, so now, right, what we can do is we can express all of, and we are going to put it into a bar graph over here. Oh, okay, guys. I'm just going to move my screen up because I just realized now that I've just been load shedded. So I just need to connect to my data so that you guys don't lose me. Just make sure, because our
Hi everybody, I think Ms. Coco just got load shedding, so we're just going to wait for her to come back online. So maybe think a bit so long about how we will express this in a bar graph. We've got the data there and she was busy loading the axes for us, but maybe on your own, just see if you can draw the axes and make a bar graph of the social media data that she's put up here for you. Yeah, I think she's gone. So, Nikayla, are you host at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to transfer to you?
Yeah, let me see. I can open the board. Let me just find it quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to be back up and running in a second. Let me just see if I can find the board. Is Coco back?
Yes.
She's host. Coco, are you back?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
My internet just completely pumped out on me. Yes, I'm back.
Okay, awesome.
Let me get back to. There we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to be, okay, guys, I'm just going to switch off my video just to preserve my data a little bit. But as long as you guys can see this, I'm sure that will be fine. Okay, so we are looking at, and I'm hoping this thing won't be so pixelated. Okay, we are looking at taking the information that we got and putting it into a bar graph. Okay. This is looking very messy. You guys, what is our government doing to us?
Okay, maybe close all your tabs as well.
Oh my word.
Sorry, Coco, maybe just close all your tabs. That might help your stream a bit as well.
Marlies, I don't know if you have any solution for me here because I'm having a bit of a struggle.
Is it with your data? Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. I can open the board. I was in the process of doing that. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yes. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a bit, and then I'm just going to clean up my computer back here. So
okay.
It makes it a little bit easier. Yes. I got kicked out again. I'm sorry.
Are you still there?
I don't know whether I'm here or not. I'm very confused myself. Zoom keeps kicking me out, so I'm not sure what I've done here. Let me just see.
Yeah, I can. Do you want me to share the board? I can do that.
Please, mine isn't quite loading.
I don't.
I think I may have sent the link to you earlier today.
Yeah, I don't see the updated one. It still has your notes in it, unfortunately.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know if this is the right one.
No, I don't think it is. Because the one I've got now doesn't have any of those notes there anymore.
And you saw you having fun there on your chair.
Ma'am, I can remember waiting for the screen, so let me see, ma'am. Let me just play with my chair.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're just trying to make a plan here. Kamanu,
Yeah.
what's happening is that Miss Coco has load shedding and she has trouble connecting. So we're just making a plan quickly. So if you guys can all just hang 10 for me, we're gonna be back soon.
Okay.
Ma'am, so
Okay, I think I've got my board up and running. So let me see if I can't share that now.
Okay.
Share screen. Share. All right, and we should be back at the bar graph. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That
Okay.
looks good.
Let's get back to it. Awesome. Okay. So
thanks for your patience, guys.
yes, thank you so much, guys, for giving us a minute.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
Okay.
We all struggle with
all right.
this load shedding thing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to write a very strongly worded email. I like writing those. Yeah. Okay, guys. All right. So on the right-hand side, I've got all the information that we had. Let me just, if I can make my screen just a teeny bit smaller so we can see. All right. On the right-hand side, we've got all the information that we had. So Facebook had 3 people, Instagram had 5, YouTube had 5, Snapchat 1, TikTok 1. Okay. So if we want to express all of this data, we're going to look at the left-hand side, which is my dependent variable. I'm going to just write this quickly here. Okay, so this side over here is called my dependent variable. Dependent, okay. This is where I put my dependent variable, but because it goes up like that, we call it the y-axis or the y side, okay? And this bottom part over here is my independent variable, and I'm going to explain what both of those are. This is independent variable, unless somebody already knows what these mean. Who can tell me what the independent and the dependent variable are? Has anybody done it in class? I already see hands up, so I'm assuming the people with hands up can explain for me. No, okay, now I see no hands up at all. Okay, but that's fine. Okay, so what we mean by independent variable and dependent variable is that my independent variable is something that I choose. So what am I exactly putting up on the screen, or what am I choosing to ask about? So my question was about the different types of social media that we use. And that, because I chose that, it becomes independent. So I get to choose what goes on that bottom line over there. Okay. On this vertical line that has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all of that. On the vertical line, that line gets determined by whatever information that we are given. Okay, so on my x-axis, the independent variable, I get to choose what goes there. On the Left-hand side, the vertical, the dependent variable over there, that gets determined by what my data is. So because over here on the right-hand side, my data is Facebook, right? Facebook, I chose Facebook, and 3 is the amount of people that I got. I didn't decide that I was going to get 3 people. I just got 3 people. So 3 is my dependent variable. Because I said Facebook, 3 people chose Facebook. Okay, so that's what we're looking at when we talk about dependent and independent variable. Okay, so now if we want to see how many people actually chose YouTube, who can tell me? We're going to be drawing our bar graph here. How many people chose YouTube, Salamina?
Ma'am, 5 people chose YouTube.
5 people. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way up to 5, just underneath YouTube. So underneath here, we're going to go to 5 and we're going to draw a line like that. And my line's definitely not straight, I'm sorry. It's really hard to draw on these tablets, guys. I'm really sorry. My drawing is usually better than this. Okay. Okay, so this is YouTube over here, and we have 5 people who said that they frequent YouTube the most. And that's the YouTube one. The Instagram one, let me make that one red because Instagram is also red. How many are in the Instagram one, Dumisho? How many people chose Instagram?
5.
5 people. Okay, so we're going to draw it exactly the same as this one. If my drawing is okay, 5 like that. There we go. All right, and then Facebook. People who chose Facebook is how much, Kamano?
3 people chose Facebook.
Exactly, 3 people. So I'm going to go all the way to 3. Ooh, it might be a little bit difficult for me to see. So I'm just going to gauge it like that. 3 people chose Facebook. That, okay. Okay, 3 people chose Facebook. And then Snapchat, poor Snapchat, poor old Snapchat. How many people did we get there? Can you give me an answer? Let me ask Uko. Uko, how many people use Snapchat? This one is an easy one. And Uko, I think Uko said that that you can't actually unmute. Okay. Okay, let me ask someone else. Let me see. Trevor, can you tell me?
Ma'am, there is 1.
1 person, right? Yes. So we're gonna draw it like
Yes,
that. Just like that. There we go. 1 person. Okay. And then TikTok has how many people?
4.
4 people. All right. So there we go. Okay. TikTok has 4 people. All right. And when you're representing data now, if you actually do make a bar graph, it's going to look a little bit better than this, okay? Because my drawing is terrible. But this shows us the information a little bit better, okay? It shows us the information a little bit better, and it shows us the comparison between Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of those, okay? And it's a lot clearer for whoever's reading your data to see exactly what happened where. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a chance to do your own one, and I need you guys to do it really quickly. I'm only going to give you 5 minutes to go through it because we've lost quite a bit of time with all the load shedding. All right, so here's what's next for you guys. I need to bring everyone to me.
Ma'am, do you mean we should do our own bar graph?
There we go. Yes, you're going to have to fill in this next frequency table if it shows up properly on the screen, please. It's being quite difficult now. My goodness. Okay.
Hey guys, let's just give teacher
Okay,
Kobo
if
like
it ever finishes loading, then we'll be able to have a look. Just need it to be a little bit smaller so we can see all the information properly. Thank you, Michaela. I honestly, I think it's my connection that's making this all very difficult at the moment. Okay, let me see if I can't refresh all of this so that it's a lot clearer.
Yeah. Coco, have you lost your internet?
Hi, Marlies. I actually can't hear you all that properly. And yeah, I've lost the board. So the board won't share. So I'm not all too sure what to.
It's fine. I'll carry on teaching the lesson.
Okay,
let me just get set up quickly. And yeah.
Okay. My apologies for this, guys. I actually thought I'd have load shedding at 8 and not at 6. So
yeah, it's not your fault. It's unfortunately the country we
live in. I think today's might be a lot shorter than it should actually be.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Right. Okay, right, guys. I think we are set. Let's get back to where we were. Can you all see? You all happy? Just give me a thumbs up if you're still there. Sorry for the disruptions this evening. Yeah. Just give me a thumbs up, a smiley face, just so I know you're still there and you're with me and you're following and you're ready to finish the lesson. Thanks, Carmen. That's a nice smile. Thanks, Trevor. Great. Okay. Thanks, Mutandwa. Awesome. Okay, let's get going. Let's see. Okay, so what Ms. Coco did with you was we did this bar graph, and now we are going to do our own one. So here we've got a tally chart, a bar chart, and a pictogram. So there's a tally chart of the shoe sizes of a group of 90 children. So first of all, thanks, Anel. First of all, what I want to know from you, shoe sizes. We've got the size 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got the tallies and the frequencies. So will the number of people per shoe size, is that discrete or is that continuous? Is that discrete or is that continuous data? Think about it. Who wants to give me an answer? Salamina, you had your hand up. Do you want to tell me, is that discrete or continuous data?
Ma'am, I thought you were gonna ask who has to add up the frequency table, ma'am. But ma'am, I think it's discrete.
It's discrete. Yeah, I agree with you, because if you count the number of people per shoe size, you're never going to count half a person. It's always going to be a whole person, and also not a third of a person. It has to be a whole person. Yeah. Theo,
Yes.
you've got your hand up. What do you want to say? Did you want to answer that, Theo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. So, right, there we've got our frequencies and our data. So now we're going to draw our own bar graph here. So I think we're going to quickly do this. Let's quickly do this. So we've got 14 shoe sizes, 14 people who are shoe size 13. So let's just see here, okay? We've got frequency and shoe size. 2 of the bars are already drawn for us, and that is 16 for shoe size 4. I'm just going to write it in here so that we remember it. We don't have to keep going back up. That's 16. And then size 2 is 10. So what do each of the lines then represent? It looks to me that if that is 10 and that is 16, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks going up, and here's 5 blocks, so that means each of these must represent 2, so they go up in 2s.
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Of course. Who am I talking to? Is it Jandisa? Yes. Go ahead, sweetie.
Ma'am, I'm confused when you said we should draw our own bar graph, ma'am.
Yeah, we're doing it on the screen. We're quickly going to do it together. Okay.
Oh, ma'am, I think, can you please go down to the tally frequency and
to the tally table here. Okay, so we've got 14 shoe size 13s. So we're going to draw our bar. It's going to go all the way up to 14. There we go. Okay, so we're done with that one. This one and that one's also been done. So now for size 1, we've got 28. So I was still busy marking off the axes on this side. Okay, so for size 1, we've got 28 people who are size 1. So let's make that one. So we're going to go all the way up to 28 and make our bar like this. That's 28 and this was 14. And then last one we need to do is size 3, and for that there's 22. So I'm going to go all the way up to 22 and make a bar. Okay, so now I've made a visual representation. I've made a picture of the data. So now it's very easy to see which shoe size has the most number of people? Which shoe size? Salamina, your hand is up again. What do you want to ask?
Sorry, ma'am. I still have a mistake, ma'am.
But now you can tell us which shoe size got the most people?
Ma'am, size 1.
Size 1. It's quite easy to see, hey? And
Yes,
which shoe size got the least number of people? Who can tell us, Theo?
Size 10.
Size? Not size 10. Read it
Size
carefully.
2. Size 2.
Size 2. Yes, 2 people. That's right. Uko, you had your hand up. What do
Yes,
you want to
ma'am.
say?
Ma'am, I was going to say size 2.
Okay. Right. So now we are going to look at pie charts. So does anyone have a question about the bar graphs? Is that
No,
easy?
ma'am.
Do you think you can do that?
yes, ma'am.
Awesome. I think so too, hey? It's something really nice and easy to do. Now we're going to go on to pie charts, and we're just going to, yeah, there's our pie chart, and we are going to draw a pie chart of different modes of transport. So please put in the chat for me if you have drawn a pie chart before. Who's drawn a pie chart before? Who's learned how to do it? Just put in the chat for me. Theo says he has. Salamina, if your hand's up, I assume that. Okay, me, lots of me's. Okay. Great. Okay, so we've all done it before by the sounds of it. And Kamanu, you also have your hand up, so I assume we've all done it before. Right, but you need a couple of things for this. You need your protractor and a circular object, maybe, and or a compass to draw a circle. Let's read the question. Okay, it says, look at the table below, which shows the results of a survey on how people traveled to work. In total, 200 people were interviewed. So we've got 82 people took the bus, 50 people took the car, 42 walked, 22 cycled, and 4 took a taxi. Okay. So here is our pie chart that we are going to have to draw. And just going to move that out the way. And basically what we have to do is we have to decide how we're going to divide the circle up. And how we are going to do that is by making a few calculations. Does anyone know? You've all said you've drawn a pie chart. So can anyone tell me how to calculate how big the sections of the pie must be? Who can tell me? Yes, Salamina.
Ma'am, do you take the 360 and divide it by 5?
By 5. Okay, what will that give us if we go 360 divided by 5? Think about what that will give us. That will say that the 5 modes of transport are equal, but it's not though. You see, we've got different modes of transport, different numbers of people, okay? So any other ideas? How to calculate how big each section must be? If you say you've all drawn a pie chart, how can we do it? Yandisa, do you have any ideas?
I beg your pardon, ma'am.
How do we know how big to draw each section of the pie? How do we calculate it?
You divide it into 360.
Okay. Yeah. 360. Anyone else?
Ma'am,
Oh.
ma'am, can I try?
Yes. Okay. Go for it.
Ma'am, you add all of the amounts of people together.
Yeah. And then how much are we going to get though?
50, 42, 40.
Theo, can you help us? Do you have any ideas how to do it?
You'll get 200.
Yes, you'll get 200.
ma'am.
How do you calculate how big each section must be? Do you know,
Ma'am, you
Theo?
take the,
Yeah, you take that.
protractor.
Yeah, we need to know how many degrees we must draw for each of these, right? So we are going to use our protractor, but how do we calculate it? Do we give up? Must I tell you?
No,
I thought you all knew how to draw a pie chart. Okay, so what we're going to say is this total number of people is 200. So we're going to take that, and the number of people who go on the bus, that's 82. And we're going to divide it by 200, because that's a fraction, eh? 82 of the 200 people take the bus. And that's going to give us, you can work that out for us, 82 over 200. You can use your calculator for this.
0.41.
Can you give me the fraction? Does it not give the
41
fraction?
over 100. 41 over 100.
And then we're going to say, but we're working with degrees now, right? So we have to say, okay, so how much is that of 360? So we multiply that fraction with 360. And what do we get? Everyone should be working with me on their calculators, working this out, taking your notes.
14,706.
That's a bit big, eh? Let's see. Let's try again. 41 divided by 100 times 360.
Ma'am, do you want a fraction or the decimal number?
Can you give us the decimal, Yanitha?
Oh, the decimal
Zero
it's the decimal, sorry ma'am.
What did we get?
147.6.
Excellent.
Say that again.
147.6.
147,6. Okay, that sounds right to me. Right, now I want you guys to carry on and calculate the rest of this. So if it's a car, you go 50 over 200 and times that by 360. That gives you the number of degrees, how big your pie is going to be, how big the slice of your pie is going to be. Okay, so you guys carry on doing this. Work this out for me. 22 over 200 times 360, and then 4 over 200 times 360. Okay, everyone should be on their calculator, busy working it out. You should also have drawn a circle already. And when you are ready, you can take your protractor and start measuring the pieces of your pie. I'm going to plug in my laptop. Okay, who's got an answer for me for car? 50 over 200 times 360. How many degrees will that be?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Thank you. Who said that? And walking, 42 over 200. You can give me that one. (42 over 200 times 360). Let's see. Pumuzile, you've been very quiet tonight.
73,8.
Thank you. And then cycling is 22 over 200 times 360. Stimbiso, you're not using a calculator, so you're doing this all in your head. That's very impressive. Say again.
39,6.
39,6. Okay, and then last one for taxi, 4 over 200 times 360. Who's got that one for me?
7,2, ma'am.
7,2 degrees. Okay, now we've got our degrees, right? Now we're going to go to our pi. And this might be a little bit tricky for me to do. I might have to switch to the computer to do it using the mouse, but I'm going to try. Okay. We have lots of challenges this lesson, but it's okay because we can do challenges, we can do hard things. Isn't that so, grade 7s? Okay, so let's see. The first one we are going to draw is for bus. And that we said was 147,6. So I'm just going to transfer it up to here. So now you have to make sure you've got your protractor, you've got your circle drawn while I quickly do this. So this is my dog. She does maths with me the whole day. And 7,2. Okay. So how do we measure this first one? So we need to take our protractor. And we're going to put it in the center of our circle. Okay, so we're going to put it in the center of our circle. It's not working right now. But, and then you measure from 0 right around to 147, just past 147. And you make your first mark. And that's going to be the first piece of your pie. Okay, we've got someone in the chat. Okay, here we go. So we're going to put it over here. And then we are going to measure 147,6. So we're going to start on this side. right around to 147 over here. So this is more or less our middle, and that's going to be the first piece of our pie. There we go. Now we carry on from that point. Sorry, my lines are a bit skewed, but we're going to carry on from that point. Okay, and what is the next bit we have to measure? 90 degrees. Yes. Who said, ma'am? And Lisa, you speaking, but you're on mute.
Oh, ma'am, I was saying that your compass, ma'am.
My compass or my protractor?
Protractor, ma'am. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, we don't like protractor. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, in the circle, we don't draw a full line. We only draw a half.
Yes, Yandisa, ask your question.
Ma'am, I was saying that in your circle, ma'am. In your circle, ma'am, you only draw the like not. Ma'am, I was thinking that you only draw like see, ma'am, a full line to divide the.
Yes, so this is the first.
The circle.
This is the first piece of our pie. So this is for bus. That's how many people are taking the bus. So the first line is just a starting point, and then we measure from there. Now we're going to measure again from this point, 90 degrees, like that. Okay. You should be doing this with me because this has, you need to practice this. It's got quite a lot of parts to it that you need to know. Okay. And now we're going to go and we're going to carry on like this with our protractor. And measure the rest. So from that point now, you're going to measure walking 73,8. Okay, guys, I think we should end it here because it is 7 o'clock already, and I think we'll just carry on and finish our pie chart on when is our next lesson? Is on Monday next week. I think we'll carry on from there and just finish the lesson then. I don't want to run too late because it is already quite late in the evening. Our apologies again for the disruption. I want you to try and finish this pie chart on your own by drawing the rest of the degrees in and see if you can come up, and then on Monday we'll show you the finished pie chart and we'll carry on with the rest. of what we were going to do today. Okay, thanks so much for your patience with all of this. We just, we just have to be patient with everything that's going on, I guess. Thanks. Over to you, Nikayla.
Hi guys. Okay, so I'll be quick since we're already a little bit late. So our lesson 3 is going to be on representing data. And then for our homework, you're going to go to data handling once again. And under collect data, you're going to do ways of showing data. So yeah, that's your app homework, and well done. And thanks for staying with us despite all the difficulties. Enjoy your evening, guys.
Bye, ma'am.